So I'm going round by the road because the fields are that muddy now that it's not advisable to be making a squeal down there. So that's the gate I would have come out of if I'd have gone across the fields, but obviously I went round by the road and the village. So our house is there. I do wish I'd have got Johnny Little wrapping bales. I'm very sorry that I didn't, but he has done a sterling job. Thank you, Johnny. He did it on purpose and didn't tell me because he didn't want me on YouTube. Oh my god, I've just cleaned that floor. Look at the state of it. Oh, it just does it to annoy me. I'm just gonna... It's a chicken, not a person. It's all right. I thought someone was talking to me. It was a chicken. Oh my god. Like, this is my actual personality. This is what goes on day to day. Like, I'm really sorry. You're getting it today. You're getting it. This ain't no put on video, is it? So I need to take the Merlo. If it'll run. Oh, yes, she runs. To the field. I also need my little doggy. Little doggy, little doggy. Hello, little doggy. When that's enough, I'm taking now. She needs to practice, you don't. So dangerous. But we're only going to there. So can we just make sure that we don't... Oh, this is just the most beautiful little dotty. Onward, Nelly Gray, onward. Right, let's go and have a look. Yeah. So let's have a look, see. So Nell's really good at the minute on like 10 lambs, say, for instance. I'm not trying to make her work the sheep. I'm just trying to build up her confidence around them, if you understand what I mean. So we're just taking her out and she's just... Boys just totally ruined my time lapse by making me move the tractor. Oh. I once sent a Snapchat to Mike Williams and it said the Merlo doesn't like hills. And he sent one back saying it doesn't like a duster. Well, mine, just for you, I have cleaned the Merlo. Clean the Merlo. So, how many left?
Never been that far field than 18.
Oh. And she's about to run. Oops. Yeah, it's special stuff. Merlo's nearly giving up, to be fair. Telepathy just seems to be like a standard need for any woman on a farm working with said husband. I need to be able to envisage every situation ahead of time and know what position precisely he would like me to be in the field, just so it minimises his movement. Binny mega chippy, Binny mega chippy, Binny mega chippy, do 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 do. Obviously meant to be working. Obviously. It's getting late again and we're just tipping silage at Roy's dad's house. Last all of 2 days. Children, it's actually a really frosty morning this morning. Hold on, I'll show you the frost. It's frosty. Frosty. The attitude on these guys today. So as you know, we didn't put a bull in. Because they hadn't had a bull in, they are now a bull in. Basically means they are coming in season. Now for an animal, it's not necessarily the same as people. It just they go around riding each other. It's a very much an animal instinct that you can't change. You just can't change it. Now, if they're in sheds doing this, it's bloody dangerous because they end up slipping and hurting themselves. But out in the field, it's not the end of the world. You just see one cow getting trailed around by all the calves, all the cows. Make this sound, they go and like put the chin on the other one's back and stuff. One that is bulling ends up like filthy dirty because everyone's been riding it round. Now, it's that one's bulling. I don't even think it's that one. I thought it was that one. The hormones are in the air, aren't they? Kind of. It's weird because it kind of goes against everything that we've always done. And that, you know, your yearly cycles. And it's just, yeah, it's just really strange to not be doing that. So we're now feeding cows in the field and cows in the shed. And we haven't cracked the keening out. That bucket's having to go between the bobcat and the tractor. This bucket here was once selling because it only goes really on the tractor. Show you. It goes on the tractor. It's literally like a new bucket. But it's no great size. Some midden in a field a long time ago with it, and it's just been parked up ever since. To be fair, you can actually see the paint that was on the inside of it just starting to flake and not been moved. That's how long it's been since it's been used. So yeah, I think we'll get rid of this one and get a better bucket with Merlo brackets on. Boy has just nipped off to help his brother with his big stones again. And I need to split some wood. It's a very boring task, but it involves a tractor, so you might like it. Historically, we were very stupid and we unloaded the pile of wood here. It now means that every time you want to load the boiler, which is daily, twice daily when it's cold, you need to transfer a field to get wood. It was really handy when it was underneath the big building, but the thing with it being there is it was in the way. And when the guys turn up to do the work, we want a clear building and they want to be able to walk in, and we don't want to be panicking that we've got to move this and do this and do this. So that's why we're keeping it clear. Roy's in the Valtra, so looks like it's me and the big old case. When I say big, I mean small, and when I say old, I mean it's 2013. I believe I'm in the middle. This is guesswork. I can't see anything. Oh, she's done it! Oh, small wins, small wins. Am I proud? I think I might be. I'd like to thank kids down with the cool kids, down with the cool kids. Creation updates before Windows. Crazy at it. Hello, little plane. How are you? Can anyone tell what it is? Squeals and Olly Hoggs are back. We're gonna be fat little piggies, no pun intended, every pun intended. Wow. So we've got Lincolnshire sausages, Cumberland sausages, pork and apple sausages. We've got some roasts here, a rolled leg of pork. Oh, these are just traditional pork sausages. Then we've got burgers under here, reels down here. Some more roasts under there. Say this with, it's just, I think, it's not even just the niceness of the circular of a farm, whereas you kill it, cook it, eat it sort of thing. It's more the money as well. You go to the butchers, how much are these? Even you go to Co-op or Morrison's, whoever, how much would that be? Down the costs for you. So it was just over 200 quid to have them cut up, £42 each to kill. So we had to drive them. It's really sad really because the abattoirs are all closing. That's a massive separate issue, but it is really sad. So we had to drive them to Levens to the abattoir. Then they were £42 to kill. Then we had to drive to Levens for them and bring them back, and then drive them out to Wigton where Dolly lives, and he butchered them for us. So they were 220 quid to butch and put into sausages, vacuum pack. They came back in a better, well, they've all been packaged basically. Whereas when we have had them back in the past, they came back just as they were, and I had to package them, which was actually really hard work. To buy, they were £40 each, so that's 80 quid to buy, 220 to package and butch, and £42 each to, well, 84 quid to kill. 435 quid, including say 50 quid of diesel, and that's before any of the food that they ate. So they were kept in, and they basically, we bag ours in, we buy ours, and by the way, that spider's not alive, it's squashed against the wall before everyone goes, because obviously none of the children will walk through the door knowing that there was a spider in it. That's before the food. So we buy dumpy bags of food, and basically they were just having a bit of that every morning, a bit of that at night. To do, I won't lie to you, they weren't cheap to do when you think about it and you break down the costs, but if you were to go to the butcher's and you were to buy one of those, now I'm not saying that they're not too expensive, that's what I mean, they're not too expensive. If you go to the butcher's and you pay a decent price for your meat, they're not too expensive because you know where it's come from. The butchers 9 times out of 10 will know who they've bought it from, and it's not from Taiwan basically. Only is the cost a big factor for us in doing this, and it seems like the right thing to do when you've got the opportunity to on a farm. It's also, we know where this meat has come from, and it's a big row at the minute, isn't it? It is a big row where letting, lesser quality imports into the country, and the supermarkets are selling them for less money. Oh, these pigs received 0 medication in the time that they were here. They received 0 amount of growth hormones, which are also allowed abroad. They had everything that they needed. They were kept in conditions that were suitable for us. We know where they've been, we know what they've had, we know what they've eaten. It wasn't too many years ago that it was legal and perfectly acceptable here for pigs to be chained up. Now, Roy remembers, if he was here, he'd tell you, Roy remembers over there, over 2 fields, there's a place called Bolton Hall. Now, Bolton Hall, it's now houses, but back, 20 years ago, it was farm, and it was pig farm. And Roy said it wasn't unusual to be going and taking a car back, because they had a garage at the time, to Bolton Hall and hear the clink, clink, clink of the chains, because the pigs were chained up That was standard practice. Now, obviously, we've moved away from that, which is more costly. Obviously, it's moral, but it's more costly to rear pigs in the way that we do now. Trees, this is still common, and it is the case. So this is why people across, and this is why farmers across at the government allowing lesser quality, cheap imports into the country that haven't received the same level of care and the same standards that we have here. And also, they haven't received the same medication that we have had here in this country. So, for instance, we have a lot of drugs that are banned completely, that are acceptable abroad. And the meat abroad is being given and administered these drugs as a standard thing and then shipped over here and sold. And it wipes the floor cost-wise without us because they just don't have the standards that we have. And this is the farmer's argument, I think, that we're letting cheap, crappy imports in. But then again, on the other side of the coin, Mary from Manchester, who can't afford to feed her kids, doesn't give a toss what the animals have been treated like, let's be honest. All she's concerned about is feeding her children, and quite rightfully so. Kids, I went on for ages and ages. So I'm cutting it short. I'm really sorry. I'm cutting it short. I'm shutting me up because I was just waffling, man. Waffling. Obviously, yeah, I went on to talk about government subsidies and things like that. It's such a heavy conversation, and maybe it's not for YouTube. I don't know. I'll see how many of you switched off before this point. Anyway, I'll leave the video here. Next time we will be selling cows. Interesting. And I've already got the prices back so I can tell you what they are. Love you long time. Thanks for watching. See you next time.